huge network for sharing information, for providing value to your customers, providing value to your potential customers. It's a way for you to communicate with them and actually build relationships with them. How many people here are using Facebook in a business capacity right now? How frequently are you posting? Take a raise of hands if you're posting once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. Anyone less than once a week? Are you posting on a daily basis? Okay. So everyone here is posting very frequently, I'm taking it, on Facebook, if you're using it in a business capacity. More than once a day. Sometimes. Are you sharing links on your Facebook page that go back to your website?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. How often are you doing that? Is that more than a couple of times a week, or maybe once a week or so? Once a week? Okay. Hey Trish, I don't have as much luck as you do.
Oh.
Did I just go back to me? Okay. So here are some Facebook stats that I just wanted to give out to you guys. 1 out of every 8 minutes online is spent on the network. Now, people will tell you that they're jumping off Facebook and they're using other things. And some of them are. A lot of the younger clientele of people are actually doing that. A lot of them are using Instagram. A lot of them are using Twitter. But Facebook is still the go-to network for a lot of people. 93% of US adult internet users are on Facebook, whether they like to admit it or not. Both Trish, I think Trish can vouch for me. When we meet with clients and say, I'm not on Facebook, I find that they're on Facebook. They don't realize that they may have set up an account, or they have an account and they're not really using it that much and they just totally forgot about it.
Denial, right?
Yes, in denial. The average Facebook user spends more than 11 hours a month on the network. How many people here log on to their Facebook page and get sucked in, and they just like time just goes by, right? All of a sudden you're logging in at like 9:30, and then all of a sudden you're like it's 11:15. How did that happen, right? So one of the things I want to talk about today is actually building a strategy for you that you actually limit yourself, and I set myself a timer. Because if I don't set that timer on my phone, I mean time literally just flies by. Okay? 137.6 million unique visitors per month in the USA alone. That's a huge, huge population of people using the network. 54% of monthly users access it via mobile device. How many people here have a smartphone? How many people here have the Pages app on their smartphone? Or an app, if it's for a Droid, it's something else, right? It's an app that just logs you right into your business page instead of going in through your personal network. Anyone have that? Do you have iPhones? Anyone here with an iPhone can get a Pages app for free. If you just go into your app store and look for Facebook Pages, it'll come up. And it literally, this saves me so much time because I'm not seeing any of my personal stuff when I first log in. Because how many people log into the network and see their newsfeed and they're like, oh, let's scroll down and look at this, let's do this. And you're like, what did I come here to do? So you want to make sure that you're going in a business capacity so you get what you need to do, get what you need to get done. 25 to 34-year-olds use Facebook most. And then there's also a population that's a little bit older that's using it too. Users are 53% female and 47% male. Do I not have the finger for this? Okay.
There you go.
Double tap.
Double
All
tap.
right. Traffic is highest midweek. So have you noticed this when you're posting on your business pages that you actually may be getting more engagement towards the end of the week? So people towards the end of the week, especially those 9-to-5ers that work, I know Trish and I zone out a little bit towards the end of the week, I'll admit it. Thursdays and Friday afternoons between 1 and 3, I'm like on my social networks. You come back from lunch almost and then you're kind of like, oh, let me just check this real quick. And you get that momentum to get in there and start engaging. So people are actually liking and commenting more frequently during those time frames.
During the midweek or the end of the week?
The end of the week. 83 million Facebook fake business or fake profiles that are out there. So that's something you need to be cautious of. There's a ton of fake profiles out there. 300 million photos are uploaded each day. That's amazing. And with the new changes that they've done that they just put out this week, I'm going to show you what they're going to look like. Facebook has become extremely more visual in the newsfeed, so photos are going to be extremely important for you to put out there. Quality photos too. Average time spent on Facebook is 20 minutes per visit. Okay. I did the double tap. There we go. 58% of Fortune 500 companies have an active corporate Facebook account. 62% have an active corporate Twitter account. I'm just going to jump to Twitter for 1 second. Has anyone heard of the Oreo Kit Kat tic-tac-toe on Twitter?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Interesting. I liked
Wasn't it very cool?
Yeah.
Oreo and Kit Kat, they had someone post out on Twitter and mentioned at Oreo and at Kit Kat, 2 separate companies. Something about you can tell I'm addicted to chocolate when I follow Oreo and Kit Kat on Twitter, right? I think it was Kit Kat. Yeah, Kit Kat started it. They went through and said something like, hey, how about we get a little competition going? I forgot how they worded it. How about a game of tic-tac-toe Oreo to see who wins?
They started with an X in the middle.
And they started with an X that was made of Kit Kats. And then Oreo put an O that was a little Oreo. And they went back and forth. Now these are 2 huge brands who are actually pretty much in competition with each other, but partnering on the social networks to kind of gain some traction. And everybody was talking about it. It was something that people really appreciate. You almost feel as a consumer that you get to know these brands a little bit better. You feel more comfortable with them. Maybe this weekend I'll go out and buy some Oreos and some Kit Kats, you know? But it's something that you feel like you get to know them, you begin to like them, and you're building up that relationship, that trust with them. So this is something that these social networks can help with. 80% of US social network users prefer to connect with brands through Facebook. So they actually feel they have more of a connection on the network. Retail is the top industry that has acquired customers through Facebook. So if you're business to consumer, how many people in here are business to consumer? Okay. It's a great network to be on. 53% of shoppers who click through from a friend's Facebook page have made a purchase. That's a huge percentage. Consumers who follow a link to a retail site from Facebook spend an average of $100. Those are pretty interesting. So business to consumer about 77%, business to business about 43%. This is something I've learned and I've heard it several times now, and I didn't put it in my presentations in the beginning, but I'm putting it there now. Companies use third-party applications such as Hootsuite or TweetDeck, if anyone's familiar with that. They auto-post to your social networks for you, so you can schedule out posts and it will hit different social networks. One of the things that I've learned is auto-posting to Facebook decreases likes and comments by 70%. And over 425 million people use Facebook globally. So those are some staggering statistics.